Hello everyone for race number 7 of the HNW Electrical Series Top Tier Racing League. I'm alongside Aaron Brown and Eric Kelvinger for tonight's 100-lap race under lights here at Darlington. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Yeah, doing all right. Excited for tonight's race. 100 laps here at Darlington, a tough racetrack. I've also done really good races here, so excited to see a great race here tonight.
Yeah, just to bounce off what Aaron said, this is a tough racetrack. Really just gonna have to keep out of the wall, but it's just so hard to, especially off turn 2. Just can't make any mistakes tonight and make sure you have a clean car, make sure you're consistent. So, and as another thing, you gotta capitalize off of other people's mistakes too. That's gonna be a key way to pass.
Right now our points here, Kenny Kuko on top of the board right now over Brady Floyd, but only by 0.02 of a second for the rest of the field. So it's very close right now in practice. We'll see how it shapes out in qualifying. As practice winds down, qualifying about to begin. 2 laps here and 5 minutes to do these 2 laps. Let's see who gets on pole position for tonight's race. Last week's winner, Brady Floyd, on the All-Star race. Did not get pole position. It was Latham Joyner, but Brady Floyd ended up getting the win in the All-Star race last week at the Milwaukee Mile. So let's see if we can go back-to-back here and get the win here at Darlington. But first off, qualifying underway.
Right now, Jim Thorndyke's furthest one on the racetrack, so he's in turn 3 and 4, coming to start his first lap.
Watch for that outside wall in turn 3 and 4. Definitely the faster way around this racetrack, but you just tap the outside wall, your qualifying lap is invalidated due to you gain an incident point.
Here we go. He's coming through turn 1 and 2 here. Very key to keep as much throttle as you can. You gotta keep your high speed. Now you get the wall off turn 2 or not lose it. Oh, he gets sideways, holds on to it. Right now, I think a key contender for tonight. He is 3rd in practice. Brent George, he's coming to complete his first lap. Went off turn 4, coming to the line. Thorndyke's going to go 30.1, and George goes to 29.8. See if he can better his lap in turn 1 here.
Brent George top of the board right now. Field drivers are basically everyone else on the racetrack except Kenny Kuko, only driver not on the racetrack. Him and Brady Floyd still in pits.
George, beautiful lane right there. He's right up against that outside wall, 1 and 2. Runs the bottom, gets a little bit on the apron. That might be a little bit too much. He's gonna get to the wall.
The outside wall. That's probably an incident point right there. Even if it's 0 incidents, your lap does get invalidated. So do not think of it as up. As Jim Thorndike goes to the top of the board with a 29.689. As Latham Joyner, he was really quick as he cuts out the wall. And that's gonna invalidate his lap. He's gonna have to start in the back here. Or made the mid-pack around that area.
Got another one. Brady Floyd's coming to start his first lap here. He was 2nd fastest in practice behind Kitty Kuko. Oh, got the wall there a little bit. He's gonna have to back her down, not overhit these tires, and maybe go for a 2nd lap. Now Brady's gonna run that outside. Gonna try and get a really good run off turn 4 here. Get as much speed as he can down to turn 1.
He goes up to P5. He's about 2.5 tenths off of Jim Thorndike for that pole position.
It's pretty high up there. He's going to get down. He's just sideways. He's going to hold on to it, but that's going to cost him plenty of time. Down to 3. Can he regather it?
This is going to make or break his qualifying lap right here. He's not very to the high side there. Coming in the middle lane. Can get the momentum off the exit.
Across the line. 20. It doesn't even improve on his lap. So, and as you mentioned, Kuko not on the track. He dropped from the server, so he might have to start from the back as well if he can't get in time. George Sussman Jr. He's the only one on track, I believe. The only one on track with the lap time. Left to set.
He's sliding through the corner there. Oh, he's hit the wall.
And that's going to invalidate his lap time. And that's going to wrap up qualifying right now, unless Kenny Kuko can join in quickly, but I don't believe he will be able to. But Jim Thorndike on pole position right now with 1:15 left. Anyone else be able to set
By
off
about
time?
a 10,
Yeah, 10 and a half.
almost 2 tenths as well. So
Very impressive run for Jim Thorndike right there.
So many drivers just hit the wall off turn 2. Like we said earlier, that's just going to be a problem spot all night. You got to make sure you stay off the wall.
Yeah, pushing the limits here in qualifying, especially like track like Darlington. You guys see some drivers hit the outside wall here. But I think in the race, they're going to be a little bit more cautious, take it easy, especially off of off of two, and probably the most dangerous part of this racetrack.
yeah, turn 2, you kind of you get baited in a way. You try and take a lot of speed, and then once you kind of get off that corner, start going down the banking a little bit, the car just wants to break loose or just get tight, and you just find yourself in that outside wall off turn 2, and not a wide straightaway here compared to some other racetracks. So most of the time, and you also carry so much speed, hit the wall off too, you're going down on the inside wall if you can't collect it.
Yep, and that could spell trouble for a lot of people, especially on these restarts here. Off of two side by side, that's going to be really sketchy. As qualifying wrapping up, Jim Thorndike on pole position. We'll monitor Kenny Kuko's conditions, see if he's able to join in the session in time to start this race. Our points leader.
Yeah, he had a really good points. He had a really good race at Las Vegas in that double points race, and got good points and was able to take the points lead, the regular season points lead away from Jim Thorndike. Jim Thorndike, he's been very consistent. Didn't really have a good Vegas, and he's still second, but about 19 points back of Kuko. So if Kuko cannot get back in time, which I believe he will, yeah, there he's just connected back to the server, so he should be back in. Yeah, but Kuko might be able to get back in here tonight and hold his points lead.
Yeah, right now driver's gridding up right now. He's about 2 minutes left for gridding. So he'll should be able to get in time if he just load in, like Aaron said. So let's kind of go quick rundown of the race right now. 100 laps here at Darlington. I think it's a 1.36. It's I don't know exactly the mileage here, but
1.36.
yeah, something like that. So not exactly 150 laps like we're used to, but pretty much close enough. I think what were we like 8 laps short or something like that. I don't know exactly the math here, but anyways, let's take a look at your weather here quickly for tonight's race. Pretty normal conditions, 78-degree track temp, 70-degree air temp, and 10 p.m. in sim time. So it should be a fun night race. Slip inside here at Darlington. Tire wear definitely gonna be an issue here tonight. Like it is always at Darlington, no matter what time of day, no matter air temperature, track temperature. Darlington eats up those tires.
Yeah, 78-degree air temperature and 78 track temp. So track temp might go up 1 degree. We've seen that last week at Milwaukee. Kind of went up a degree with the cars on the track. But should have pretty good grip. But we already seen some drivers already struggling for give off turn 2 already. But right now, Jim Thorndike on the pole, and I guess we'll run down the starting grid.
Let's take a look at our starting grid here for tonight's race.
So Jim Thorndike on the pole with a 29.688, almost about a tenth and a half quicker than who will line up alongside of Brent George. Then in third place we got Jacob Wilson, and P4 we got Justin Waddle and Brady Floyd, our Texas winner. He'll line up P5, round out our top 5. Bruno Schuler will be 6th, Jake Raven 7th, Drafty Beef will 8th, Joshua King, our Daytona winner, will be 9th, Marty White will round out our top 10, and our last driver to set a lap time tonight, George Latham Jr. in 11th, and then Latham Jr. we've seen him crash in his lap. He will line up 12th. Mid-tier will line up 13th, and Kenny Kuko, unfortunately with the internet issues so far tonight, he'll round out the field in last place position. So he's got to work his way through the field just along with Latham, so we'll have to watch those guys, see how quickly they can get through the field.
Yep, and also one thing to note is throwback week. So you see some throwback paint schemes from some drivers here if they decide to do so. So see if we can see some of those paint schemes throughout the race. But right now grading up currently, and any moment now I think it should be rolling off.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Latham Joyner and Kenny Kuko starting in the back. Two fast guys. We know they're starting in the back. Very tough to pass here. And that's another thing with the fuel strategy. Probably gonna be a 2-stop race. You can get a fuel number really, but really tough to pass. How are you playing your strategy? Will you plan your strategy? Go for more than one stop. Pit earlier, go for an undercut. Try and undercut the guys who are slower in front of you. Maybe go for an overcut and hope the new tires are good enough to get by some guys pretty quickly. This will be very interesting to see how these tire strategy and fuel strategy play out here tonight, because they got to work their way through the field. It's very tough to pass here at Darlington.
Yeah, Darlington's not the easiest place to pass, and there's a reason why it's called the track too tough to tame. So any moment now, I think we are done grading here, so we will see these drivers being rolling off here soon. And there we go. One pace lap here at Darlington, so enough time to warm up the tires a little bit and make sure everything's all good. They do have one fast driver for tonight's race, and that's going to be pretty crucial, I feel like, for these drivers. It's not going to go green the whole way like we saw Las Vegas. I really doubt that, in my opinion. Darlington is known for, not known for the big wrecks, but definitely known for causing some troubles for some drivers, as we mentioned throughout this pre-race kind of show. Drivers side by side. You see just how tight it is off of 2 already. Even in the pace laps, only going about 60 miles per hour. It is so tight, and they're going to go even probably around triple to double that speed throughout the whole race.
Yeah, so looked at the fuel there. We got 54 laps on fuel, so you can probably extend that maybe 55, 56. So probably see most drivers duck in the pit road around lap 50. You can't really go any longer than any earlier than 45 unless you want to make an extra stop. Here you go, pace cars to take that hard left turn on the pit road, and we're ready to get underway here at Darlington.
Pace car is off, and the hands in the Jim Thorndike. Green flag is up, and we're racing here at Darlington. Low squirming on the inside lane, but they keep it clean as we go through turn number 1.
That's turn 1, Thorndike clear by a good bit over Bryn George. A little bit of swirling in the back. Everyone's just trying to fight for position, trying to get a single file. Don't want to be side by side off turn 2. He's very tight. As you see another pace lap, just how closely we're just pacing. Oh, sideways in the back. Waddle up to the outside wall. He's going to keep it straight, but he's going to check out the back end of the field. Almost lost it around turn 4.
It's Joshua King in the wall there. When we talked about how tricky this track is, turn 3 and 4, very unforgiving. If you go a little too high into the outside wall, you kind of get stuck there. And Waddle still struggling now as he's falling through the field. As here comes Latham Joyner to the inside lane. Gonna try to pass him off of 2. Side by side there is Latham Joyner up to P8.
And Jordan, yeah, already up to P8. Started 12th, already up to 8th in 2 laps. Lap and a half, really.
Ooh, Thorndike loose off of 4.
These top 4 have gapped the rest of the field already.
Yeah, big gap between Brady Floyd and Randy Schuler, 4th to 5th. And Randy Schuler kind of all by himself, but Drafty Beef has a huge pack behind him. As there's a bunch of cars back there, 6th to about 12th place, Kenny Kuko. In that 12th place position, here comes Latham Joyner to the inside of Drafty Beef for a 6th place position. And clear goes Latham Joyner up to P6. He's now going to try to chase down Randy Schuler for that 5th place position up ahead.
Schuler all by himself already. Just kind of backed up. I kind of held up with Waddle there in turn 3 when he got on the wall. Right now, Brady Floyd's sitting behind Jacob Wilson for 3rd. So these top 4 are pretty close still. So far, four laps into the race. Thorndike holding that race lead by himself for now, but Bryn George right behind him. A mistake could happen.
Yeah, Kenny Kuko got around these guys up ahead, and he's up to P8. He's working his way through the field already on lap number 4. But we go back to our top 4 positions. They're kind of just a few car lengths away. So here comes Brady Floyd on the outside of Jacob Wilson. Wilson kind of just lets him by in this turn 1. I think he just kind of saw Brady Floyd was a little bit quicker than him in the last few laps.
Yeah, Joshua King just got by Jake Raven in the back, and they're a little close down here for the back. Marty White trying to get through, but now he's starting to fall off of Jake Raven. Joshua King got the wall, missing his rear bumper there, and now he's gonna try and recover a little bit. Go see if he can get to mid-tier here in turn 3 and 4.
Top three kind of pulling away as Jacob Wilson falling back a little bit off of Brady Floyd. About a second slower out last time by. But we gotta watch out for Latham Joyner. He's making his way through the field already. Already to 6th place, about 6 seconds behind our race leaders. Also, one thing to note, Justin Waddle down pit lane already. Didn't use his fast spare, but he went down pit lane. I'm guessing to fix some of his damage. He's gonna be 3 laps down. And he still has damage on his right rear.
Yeah, we probably had a pit for repairs flag. Just had to fix it. 3 laps down though. It's gonna be tough to get that back if we can't get yellows. Right now, the Angel Esports teammates, Bryn George and Brady Floyd, they're right next to each other right now for second. See if they want to work together here, try and chase down Jim Thorndike for that race lead. Probably just trying to save the tires. Everyone's kind of running the top right now, right in the middle of the top at 3 and 4. I typically like to run the bottom really. It just also so I think it's just a slightly bit better on tires, but right now, everyone's just trying to save their tires right now, and they know Latham Joyner is very quick, 6 seconds back. You know, if they burn up their tires, Latham Joyner is going to be right there by the end of the stand.
Here comes Brady Floyd to the outside. Bryn George is going to let him by. You saw that backfire there off of turn 3. That means Bryn George lifted a lot there. Let Brady Floyd by, and now Brady Floyd chasing down Jim Thorndike, our race leader.
Jim Thorndike been very consistent so far. Lost that regular season first. Brady Floyd up to the wall there off turn 1. To be okay, but Jim Thorndike just been very consistent so far this season. And now he's got that speed. He's got the pole, and now he's just holding on to the race lead. If he could get a race win, break through, and just lock himself into the playoffs. Right now, there is technically a chance he could lose the playoffs, lose out of the playoffs, if some of these guys could win a race. He has 48 points above the cut line, but if we get 10 winners, which I mean we can't, we'll have one person point in no matter what because we only got 9 races. So not 2 people since Latham Joyner actually won back-to-back weeks at Bristol.
His top 3 kind of separating themselves from the field, but one of the quicker drivers, Latham Joyner, not really catching these guys up ahead. He's still about 6 seconds back. So his pace has not really matched what we saw Las Vegas and Milwaukee early on. But it's still early in this race, so he's still one to watch out for, as he's one of the only driver to have 2 wins this season.
Yeah, but he's also got that dirty air.
Gets around Jim Thorndike off of 2 into 3, and he's going to clear, but will Thorndike crossover?
Side by side off turn 4. Thorndike's gonna stick that corner panel right there, try to side draft a little bit. He's gonna go side by side of the turn 1, gonna back out instead. He's gonna get way up against the wall.
Watch out for Bryn George.
Lose a little bit of time.
Bryn George could get a good run off of 2 and do the same thing Brady Floyd did. George has a good run off of 2, not gonna be able to do much. There's not a lot of draft here in these Xfinity cars with a little spoiler, but Jim Thorndike to the inside again, really sitting in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, typically the outside's the way you want to go, but I mean, really, if you just block that outside lane, it's really tough to pass. Right now, Brady Floyd is just gonna protect that top lane. Jim Thorndike just gonna try and find his way around. Right now, he's just struggling to see. Looks like he got a little bit sideways there in the turn 1, just trying to slipping the tires a little bit. Wanting to get this lead back. Knowing clean air and track is very important here at Darlington. They don't want to lose that lead. They don't want to lose that lead.
Oh, he's into the wall. Just slow him down. Here comes Bryn George to the inside lane. Gonna clear him off of 4. Thorndike down in 3rd place now.
Yeah, Thorndike, I think maybe just overheat his tires, hurt his tires a little bit. Just try to struggling a little bit right now for grip, but he said at least go 35 more laps, at least 30 more laps if he wants to be able to make it on a 1 stop.
Bryn George, him sitting outside wall. I think he might have tagged it a little bit off of 2, but he didn't slow him down too much as he's still within range of Brady Floyd.
All right, now these top 3 pulled away over 2 seconds from 4th, and now they're still 6 seconds back from Latham Joyner. Kenny Kuko's been he's had to work his way through the field as well. He's slowly catching them as well. He's just see if he can catch Latham Joyner for 5th.
Yeah, Darlington.
I know everyone spread out really.
Thorndike almost in the wall again in turn 3 there.
Yeah, he's really pushing turn 3 and 4. It seems like he's a lot more aggressive than these drivers ahead of him, but he gets such a good run off of 4. It could pay off pretty soon here if he can manage his tires through 1 and 2. I think they're a little bit better off of 2 than he is. But what I was saying, Darlington is a track that spreads out quite a bit, especially with these Xfinity cars, the low downforce. The track spreads out quite a bit throughout the field, and kind of said already from first to 5th place. It's 6 seconds. So
And these drivers are going to have to deal with lap traffic now ahead. That's going to play a factor in this.
Yeah, Justin Waddle ahead. He's already 3 laps down. How big of a fight will he play if he's top 3? Ooh, they're all very close to the outside wall for 2. And that's just pushing the limits here. That's how much they want it right now. As Thorndike really pushing it through 3 and 4, like I said before. Very aggressive. And that's going to get into the outside wall.
Yeah, it's very easy to overdrive. You try and drive it in a little bit in 3 and 4 and just try and get to the outside of the car in front of you and just you find yourself in the outside wall. That's Waddle. He gets out the way there, staying out of the way of these top 3. On these top 3, all just single file, nose to tail, just trying to click these laps off a little bit. Maybe play the strategy, play jump each other on strategy here.
Right now, all of these drivers are within 7/10 of each other. Is Kenny Kuko closing the gap now? And Latham Joyner battle for P5 shaping up here. Also, further back, you got Jake Graven in mid-tier. Then 3/10 of each other mid-tier. Really sending the inside corner there.
Yeah, he's using the inside of the corner, using his tires a little bit less. He's trying to find his way around Jake Raven here. He got a backs off at turn 1 and using the bottom in 1 and 2 here.
Ooh, he clips the outside wall. That's going to slow him down a little bit, and that's going to allow Jake Graven to cool off a little bit, and he's going to be able to pull away.
It's actually right there in turn 1 and 2. Just click back to the leaders. Brady Floyd got up a little bit of the wall there. Brandon George is trying to see if he can get by. Right now they pulled away from Jim Thorndike a little bit. Brandon George looking to the inside. Brady Floyd here not able to make it work. Just sliding up a little bit, sliding up into the corner. These top 2 pulling away from Jim Thorndike. Thorndike burnt up his tires a little bit. Just wasn't able to keep pace with these top 2.
Yeah, he's just a little further back, a little slower each lap. Last time he was a little quicker than these guys, but overall he's been just a tick slower than these guys in front of him.
And now Brady Floyd running that outside lane in 1 and 2, just stopping, just preventing that pass around the outside from Brandon George.
Oh, here comes Brandon George to the inside lane. He blinks out for a second there. He was looking not going to be able to have the momentum down in turn 1.
Brady Floyd is using an apron, trying to get any grip he can out there. It's very easy to clip too much there, and you just slide way up the racetrack into the outside wall in 1 and 2. Right now he's pulling away a little bit from his teammate Brandon George.
George really sends it off of turn 3 and 4, but Brady on the very top side, get run off of 4. Let's see, they drag race down the front straight away. Brady Floyd still ahead. Brandon George slots in behind him.
Yeah, right now Brady Floyd just seems to be struggling a little bit with grip, burnt off his front tires a little bit. Yeah, really tight in turn 3 and 4. Struggled to seem like he could get at the turn. Right now off turn 2, he got a better turn there than Brandon George. He seems a little bit better than off turn 2 than Brandon George diving in it deep, sliding up and making really good pace in 3 and 4.
Jim Thorndike is not out of this because closing the gap on these top 2. And watch out for Jacob Wilson. He's been a little bit quicker than these guys last few laps. In P4.
He's very slowly closing them in 4th place.
As Thorndike getting the outside wall. You heard that on this stream right there. You can hear the crunch of the cars. Oh, very top of 2 again. Losing a lot of time to these top tiers. They're side by side.
George to the inside.
Slide jump.
Inside. Brady Floyd gonna let him go.
Yeah, these 2 are teammates, so they're not gonna be too aggressive on each other, but they'll still race each other pretty hard. As right now we're a quarter through the race. 25 laps down, 75 laps to go.
It's actually now Kuko. He got by Latham Joyner for 5th. Latham Joyner just seems struggling a little bit more tonight than it is. I guess start from the back, maybe burn his tires up a little bit more, try to get to the pack, or just really just back it off right now. It's just saving. He knows he got 25 more laps on the set of tires. If he really just wants to back it off and just try to stretch these as long as he can.
Yeah, it's definitely a strategy here. I mean, still about 5 and a half, 6 seconds back from our race leaders, but these guys have been battling really hard up front. Brent George kind of has a sizable drag on Brady Floyd as Brady hits the outside wall in turn 1 and 2, and he's got to lose another 10th and a half to 2/10 off of turn 2.
Yeah, right now everyone's just kind of spread out. Not really much happening so far. That's actually interesting move here, Jake Raven down pit road. He got a lot of right side damage. Yeah, he's got a pit repairs, so he had to come down pit road to fix that. I could try and pivot on a little strategy here, maybe make a 2-stop race if he wanted to.
Yeah, these guys are about a 1.5 to 2 seconds slower each lap than their fastest lap time, so that's just how much tires have fallen off already on lap 27 as Jake Raven overshot his pit box a little bit, and he's getting tires also.
All right, now Brent George pulled an 0.8 of a second lead. Now a 1.2 second lead over. Oh, you squeezed through lap traffic right there. Brent George just looking to dominate again, kind of like Dover. He got out front in Dover and never really looked back. And now he's trying to do that here again in Darlington.
Right now, Brent George, your race leader. As you can see, Brady Floyd in the background there, 7/10 back in the blue and red machine. As you can see how slow Brent George is compared to his newer tires. Newer tires, he ran a fast lap about 29.8. Right now, last time he ran a 32.2 and averaging about a high 31s. So you see how much tire wear has played a factor. Already 2 seconds slower, 30 laps into the run. So this could be a tire strategy race here tonight. Saw a little bit of that at Las Vegas, but Lithium Drone was just so much quicker than everyone else that it didn't really matter. But here, it definitely pit road's gonna be very tricky to get on and off of, and also with the tire wear, this could be an interesting pit stop strategy race.
Brady Floyd taps the wall there a little bit on the outside lane.
Like we said, people are gonna be hitting the outside wall all night long. Turn 3, turn 4, and turn 1 and 2. So gotta make sure you don't hit it too hard enough to knock your steering out of alignment or blow an engine.
Yeah, Brady's hit it a few times, and I don't really see that many scrapes on the side of that 20 car.
Oh, way up there again, almost. Yeah, there he goes. He got in the wall again. He got sideways. He's just really finding the limits of that race car. Just push his tires a lot. He's got to go at least another 20 on this set. He's just really trying to push, try to get any little bit of lap time he can. But another interesting note, Kenny Kugo starting from back. He's down to 5.4 seconds, so he's gaining time on these on the cars in front of him. All right, this lap, we'll see this lap. This time by, it was a little bit slow. He was actually about a half a second slower, so it must have made a mistake. But he's been closing down on those leaders so far.
Yeah, leaders getting up into lap traffic right now. This is that's the 37, 17 of Joshua King up ahead of him. He's gonna let these leaders by.
And Brent George just taking his time, just not really burning up his tires, just slowly pulling away from his teammate Brady Floyd. Oh, Brady Floyd, he got to get by there. Oh, Floyd's gonna dive into pit road. He's gonna go to the inside.
Ooh, interesting strategy. So it looks like he's splitting it up into 3s instead of half and half. This is the tire strategy I was talking about. How much tire work could play a factor in tonight's race. And Brady Floyd, first over leaders down pit lane.
Yeah, we've seen him struggling. He's been getting to the wall a lot in turn 1 and 2, and he's already gonna win this season. So might as well try something different. If you don't think you can win on the current strategy, try something different. Just see if this 2-stop can work. He's gonna split in the thirds, like you said, 34, 30, 33, 33, or 33, 34 to the end. But I think everyone can easily make it on a one stop. So right now, Brady Floyd, we'll see where he cycles out here. He's gonna definitely lose a lap, about a lap and a half. He's already got lapped right there. Brady Floyd already puts him a lap down.
Right now the battle for second heating up. Jacob Wilson, we were talking about him earlier. He's catching up to Jim Thorndike right on his back bumper. 2 car lengths away now, but off of 2, he's gonna probably gain some time here. Really good exit for him. Closing the gap slowly but surely. Here comes Jim Thorndike down pit lane.
And Jordan Thorndike's also gonna pit.
And we saw he was kind of struggling with his tires as well. Kind of lost the top 2 and go back to Jacob Wilson. And you can just see how hard Darlington is. Lathan Jordan also down pit lane also.
Yeah, so all these guys maybe
And I
try
think
to
Lathan
stop.
Jordan must have got a penalty. He's in this pit box for a long time, 22 seconds and running. It looks like the 3 machine got a pit road penalty. Just talking about how bad pit lane, how hard getting on the pit lane is. It looks like the 3 machine got a penalty there for speeding. As Bryn George, our racer, down pit lane now. Let's see where Brady Floyd cycles out. Jim Thorndike still in pit lane as here comes Brady Floyd across the line, unlapping himself this time by. And I believe he will be the race leader, but we'll see how big of a tire difference 2 laps make. And can Bryn George
If this undercut will work for him. Now Jacob Wilson's still staying out on the racetrack. Kenny Kuko as well.
And there goes Lathan Jordan finally back on the racetrack. So he got a 56-second pit stop. So he definitely had a speeding penalty there. It's about 40 seconds if you take fuel and tires. So that's really unfortunate for that 3 machine.
And here comes Brady Floyd. He's going to get Bryn George by a big long shot. Just like Bryn George's slow pit stop. It seems like he lost a ton of time to Brady Floyd.
Yeah, roughly, he stayed out 3 laps. Brady Floyd pitted 3 laps before Bryn George.
And now here comes Kenny Kuko. He's going to go down pit road. Slowing down in 3 and 4. He's good pit stop. He's going to get it slow down. Yeah, there he goes. He gets it slowed down. Kenny Kuko, he's going to go down a pit road. He was about 6 seconds back from our race leader, Bryn George. So now, probably around 5.5 because Brady Floyd was a little farther back from Bryn George. Right now, Brady Floyd's coming to unlap himself here. Go around the outside, just showing how big of a tire difference there. Great move from Brady Floyd.
Risky move for Brady Floyd, though. That could have been really bad. Jacob Wilson was on pretty old tires, so they're gonna maneuver around too well. He could go off the pit lane, and Brady Floyd's way ahead of him. But thing is, though, each lap that Brady Floyd was on the racetrack, he gained about 2.5 seconds even on everyone else. So Bryn George is about 6 seconds back from Brady Floyd. That sounds about right based off the tire wear. He was about 2 seconds quicker for 3 laps, which is about 6 seconds. So we'll see how this plays out, though.
Those overcut will definitely come back.
Yeah, eventually. But I don't know if the gap will be 6 seconds overall, though. It'll be. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, Bryn George into the back of it was Joshua King in turn 1 and 2. It was King and Bryn George on the outside wall. As Joshua King right in front of Bryn George. Bryn George was going through 1 and 2. Really had no time to check up as he was just so much quicker with these newer tires.
Yeah, another thing to note, Kenny Kuko lost a lot of time at Bryn George as well, so it's just the undercut, just big rain. It's undercut's working very, very well here right now. So far as Joshua King, as he was a lap down, he's going to go down pit road now. Jacob Wilson, right now, our race leader, staying out of the racetrack. I think to try and make this 1 stop work. Everyone trying to make the 2 stop. So do 8 more laps, split it in half and half. Everyone else on pit road, everyone else on the racetrack has already pitted. So maybe with the exception of a couple lap cars, but they're already a lap down. So I don't think the 2 stop or 1 stop will probably help them at all.
When George's gone around Jacob Wilson, you see he's very off of throttle. At least right here, car sliding in turn 2, making sure he doesn't hit the wall. And he was running 5th place, so you gotta just get strategy if you can't really get up front with the leader. So trying whatever he can as Brady Floyd is on the same lap as Jacob Wilson. So I could see Brady Floyd catching Wilson here, so I don't know if this will work out. I know in Bolt Racing League on Saturday, broadcasted here on Alaran, shortcutting really worked and it gave Casey Wygett the
Oh, we
win.
have contact ahead of the leaders.
And Jake Raven in the wall.
Having right in front of Jacob Wilson is Jake Raven pulling off to the side of the road. Oh, he's gonna be resetting here. It could cause a caution, maybe, but I don't. He still hasn't reset yet.
Yeah,
He's
so
off the
Jacob Wilson though, he'll definitely lose about a lap and a half on the pit stop, but he's got us as long as he's within a lap and a half of these leaders, he will get the lead back. I mean, everyone else, just keep in mind, everyone else is gonna make an extra stop, 40 seconds on pit road at least. That's about a lap and a quarter. It's just a lot of time, lost from getting an extra time.
Also, he's got fresher tires for the next basically 15 or so laps whenever these guys play next.
But he's just gonna manage these tires, not lose too much time, not make any mistakes. Doesn't want to lose that time. Right now, he's doing very good tonight. He's doing very good so far, holding this gap. Right now, Brady Floyd down to 18.3. I don't think Brady Floyd will get to him in time. He's got 5 more laps, and he can come down pit road and split this in half. Right, here comes Kenny Kuko. He's gonna try and get back on the lead lap now. Kenny Kuko just flies right by him. That's how much the tire difference is. Just 10, 15 lap tire difference is. That's just how much the tires fall off that quickly. That much.
Let's take a quick look at our leader compared to Brady Floyd. Last 3 laps. Brady Floyd almost 2 seconds quicker each lap compared to Jacob Wilson. And that's about 34 lap pressure tires that Brady Floyd has on Jacob Wilson. So just shows how much of a difference these tires make here at Darlington.
Yeah, well, all these traffic on new tires is not helping Jacob Wilson at all. It's almost some of the outside wall there. It's drafty to go by him on the inside. Right now, Brady Floyd just bringing that gap down, just trying to push as much as he can. Trying to bring this gap down. He's got a 10-second gap over Bryn George, which was the leader. So Bryn George lost a lot of time on pit road and just on the track, just not really keeping up the pace so far as he did in that first run.
Yeah, and getting it back, caught up in lap traffic and hitting the back of one of those cars really cost him too. Wouldn't be surprised if he has aero damage as well.
We kind of went on board with Jacob Wilson, so let's see how Brady Floyd is going through these corners, just the difference in these tires.
And he's able to have much more grip into the corner, able to get back on the gas early, give him the brakes a little bit later.
Yeah, he's carrying way more speed than Jacob Wilson in turn 2, especially on exit.
And right now, Jacob Wilson, he just crossed the start lap 50. Oh, Latham Jordan's very close right there. As we were focusing on Brady Floyd there, looking at that, but Latham Jordan almost got in the back of Jacob Wilson in turn 1 and 2 there. That was a very close. And now lap 50, halfway through this race, will Jacob Wilson hit pit road? I don't think going any longer will help him here. He's got to get it into pit road as early as he can.
We're almost spinning off turn 4. Right in front of our leader and Latham Jordan as well.
Mid-tiers. Oh, mid-tier Latham Jordan right in front of him. Almost
really checked up Jordan.
Off of 2, this could be dangerous. Oh, he's in the wall.
Mid-tier of the wall. Hey, Jordan's going to pat. This is for position. This is for 8th place position as well.
Leader in the 3 and 4 here in the mid-tier on the outside lane. Watch out for Jacob Wilson to drive it down pit lane.
He's still staying out.
Any lap now, he'll be down pit lane as they're side by side for a P8 right now.
In my opinion, he's out of pit now. Everyone else is on a different strategy. I mean, you're not really going to gain any more from the overcut. You can't lose too much time. Right now, Brady Floyd already down to 5.7 seconds. That time by at the line. If Brady Floyd gets to Jacob Wilson before he pits, that's already the gap made. He's got to make that gap back up.
I think this time by Jacob Wilson will probably be on my pit lane. Looks like he will. Jacob Wilson bringing her down pit lane.
Now let's see how far he will be back from Brady Floyd. Brady Floyd, here goes. He's going through 3-4, and he already passed Jacob Wilson. That's for a position already. Brady Floyd already to the race lead now. He's going to lead this lap. He's going to about a 10-second gap to Bryn George. Actually, I think that's about down to 8 now.
7.2.
7.7 at the line.
As Bryn George is about a few tenths quicker than Brady Floyd. Let's see the comparison for these drivers. The Bryn George is about 3 lap fresher tires than Brady Floyd. And so
There goes Brady Floyd. He's gonna come off turn 4, across the line, and now he's already lapped Jacob Wilson. There you go, laps Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson's still on pit road, still in his box. Puts the left tire's down. He's out of the way. He's out in the way.
Brady Floyd chops the wall there.
Now Jacob Wilson, he will have the fresher tires here.
he's about
He's a lap down.
20 lap fresher tires than Brady Floyd. So Brady Floyd about one. His fast lap time was a 29.8. His last time was a 31.2. So he's about a second and a half slower each lap compared to his fastest lap time with new tires. So we'll see how Jacob Wilson does here. He has to go the 45 laps on these tires.
Now keep in mind, Brady Floyd probably gonna pit at around 10 to 15 laps. He'll have fresher tire. He'll be about a second and a half quicker than Jacob Wilson when he pits again. So it's going to come down to a wire here with these tires. But now Jacob Wilson, he's got to work for Kenny Kuko, Jim Thorndike, Joshua King. We're all ready for Jim Thorndike. Almost into the wall there. Checks up Kenny Kuko, but now Kenny Kuko and Jim Thorndike, they're right here for P3. Gonna battle, but now they got a Jacob Wilson with fresh tires right behind him. Now Kenny Kuko try to set up Jim Thorndike for 3rd place position.
Jim Thorndike our pole, so these guys are 1-2 in the points. Here comes Kuko to the inside lane.
Side by side, not able to get around, but now this really hurts Jacob Wilson. Now he's just losing time, sitting behind these guys. He needs to find his way around these guys as quick as possible. Right now, he seems to just be struggling, not really having the fresher tires, not able to fly by these guys like we have seen on guys on fresher tires earlier.
Yeah, he's almost at the same lap time as Brady Floyd last time by. Is not what he wants to see right now.
Yeah, he's probably got plenty of time, but he's got a ton of lap traffic. Like 6-7 cars in front of him, just up the road. So there he goes, looking to the inside of Kenny Kuko there in off turn 4. Not enough, just slower, 1:31.6, just not able to catch up the speed right now. He needs to find his way by as soon as he can. Right now, Kenny Kuko looking to the inside of Jim Thorndike here. Just a while, he's almost gone to the wall off turn 4 there. He's getting out of the way for Joshua King. Yeah, Jacob Wilson just struggling to find a way by here.
Yeah, it's very tough to pass there, Darlington. We saw it earlier, and we've said it earlier. It's one thing to catch people. It's one thing to be faster than them, but it's another thing to pass them. And Jacob Wilson is actually slower than Brady Floyd right now.
Yeah, this is not what he wants to see. He doesn't have to make an extra pit stop. Maybe just taking his time. Can't go to the wall! And that's going to slow Jacob Wilson, but that will be one last car out the way. Now he's a little bit of a gap.
One of the big things you have to deal with is just making sure you're in the right place at the right time to avoid other people's mistakes. Because, I mean, we just saw it right there. With Jacob Wilson not really anywhere to go as Lapcore hit the wall in front of him.
And now he's only got Jim Thorndike right in front of him. Joshua King got out of the way. Now he's only going to get by Jim Thorndike. He's got a good run. See if he can dive into 3 here, maybe go around the outside. It's a little bit farther back, but he will have the fresh tires. He can take it easier. He's gonna, yeah, there you go. There's the new tires right there. Gonna go right under Jim Thorndike and pass him. That is not for position now. Now he's at Randy Schuler for position in the lucky dog spot if a caution was to come out. Right now, Brady Floyd, 40 laps to go. Probably about 5 to 10 laps of pitting.
Yeah,
now Jacob Wilson, he's gonna make this, just bring this gap down, or save his tires a little bit. Now, yeah, he could save his tires a little bit. Brady Floyd, Bryn George, Jim Thorndike, they could try and take 2 tires maybe, as well.
I feel like that's a really risky strategy, especially with 30 laps to go at Darlington. I don't know if you want to take those right sides only. I mean, especially a track like Darlington. I mean, if it was like a 1.5-mile track, maybe, but Darlington, man, that would be a tough decision to hang your hat on at the end of this race. We'll see. We've seen some crazy strategy calls. We saw 2 tires at Texas, 2 tires at Iowa. We never know here at Darlington. We'll see. Well, we'll see.
As there goes Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson passes Randy Schuler already for the 5th place position. Now he's at the lucky dog spot. He's going to try and chase down Brady Floyd as much as he can. Bring that gap down. Because when Brady Floyd pits, he's going to have those fresher tires. Brady Floyd can easily bring that gap back down.
Yeah, and will anyone undercut Brady Floyd? Maybe Bryn George. He's been closing the gap down. Brady Floyd the last few laps. He's been basically a tenth or two quicker than him every single lap so far. And will he undercut Brady Floyd here? Maybe try to get his race lead back. As King Kuko down pit lane. That's the undercut I was talking about. Will Brady Floyd follow? Not. He will not. Bryn George. We'll see what happens here. He's staying out, looks like.
Kenny Hugo is already far back from Brady Floyd. Shouldn't be a threat to Brady Floyd unless he takes 2 tires here. Maybe try something different. Very deep in the box. Almost out of it there. See if he takes 2. He's up on the right side tires. Down on the right. So he looks like he's gonna take 4 fresh tires. See where he cycles out. He's about 13 seconds back from Brady Floyd. See what? More importantly, where does he come out behind? How far behind does he come out from Jacob Wilson? He's actually already half a lap behind Jacob Wilson, and now he only has about 10 lap fresh tires in him. So I don't know if he can gain that time back in around 10 laps.
As Latham joined down pit lane again. Down pit lane, you saw he had a speed penalty earlier. There's also mid-tier in pit lane coming off his box. Is Bryn George about 5.5 seconds back now from Brady Floyd. He's been closing the gap every single lap. Brady Floyd staying out yet again. Will Bryn George come down pit lane? Looks like he will. Bryn George looking for the undercut on his teammate. He's only 6 seconds back, so this is going to pay big dividends right now if he can gain that time.
Now, if I were them, they don't want to be too early here to lose time to Jacob Wilson. Right now, the undercut might not be enough. They only have 13 seconds. Right now, Jacob Wilson already passed Bryn George.
Here comes Brady Floyd down pit lane.
Yeah, Brady Floyd.
Sliding!
Oh, slideways!
Sliding. That might cost him a few tenths here. So he really almost the pit wall entrance. So down pit lane he goes. Bryn George into his box right now during his service.
And now Jacob Wilson already back on the lead lap. So now, how big of a gap will he have over Brady Floyd and Bryn George? Bryn George out of the pits. Jacob Wilson half a lap ahead, about a lap and a half ahead. Brady Floyd, he's not out of the pits yet. Jacob Wilson, here he comes off turn 4. Brady Floyd.
He's gonna pass Brady here, no doubt about it.
He's gonna pass
Brady Floyd not even up on the down on the left side tires yet. Jacob Wilson,
there he goes. Okay,
way in front.
Let's see how Bryn George cycles out here.
Bryn George off turn 4, just as far back to Brady Floyd. Brady Floyd, he's gotta get up to speed. Bryn George is definitely gonna be closer to Brady Floyd, but he won't be close enough to get to him.
Actually, it looks like he lost time on Brady Floyd. We'll see how this cycles out. I'm updating.
Alright, Jared Thordyke, he's also down pit road now. He's in his stall.
Randy Schuler also down pit lane. Bryn George lost about 1.5 seconds on Brady Floyd down pit lane. Brady Floyd really sitting on the pit road entry might have gained him some time.
Oh, actually, Jim Thordyke, I think he's spent on pit road. He's a lap down.
Yeah, he's still in the pit. Yeah, he's still in the pit. It's 50 seconds. Unfortunate for our pole sitter. He was having a pretty good night. It's finally he's out of his box there. 54-second pit stop for this 59 machine. Really unfortunate for him.
And he puts the tires over the yellow line there too.
That could be a penalty, but usually Iverson isn't super strict about it. But we'll see. Some tracks there. But here comes King Kuko. He's closing on Bryn George right now for his 3rd place position. Kuko has 3 lap older tires, So we'll see how this shapes out here for P3.
We'll mainly want to see, we want to see this gap for the race lead, 8.2 seconds. Brady Floyd on the faster tires, has the fresher tires. That time by 29.8. Jacob Wilson 31.1, down to 7 seconds now. Jacob Wilson's got to manage this gap, push a little bit, but Brady Floyd, he can't burn up his tires either, because he said one thing to get to him in the pass.
Oh, King Cougar on the outside lane, outside wall there in front of mid-tier. Gives a lot of time to Bryn George.
And right now we have the battle of strategies. I don't know if Jacob Wilson will be able to hold off Brady Floyd, really. He just lost too much time as stuck behind Bryn George, Kenny Kuko, and Jim Thorndike. He just got stuck behind those guys too long. I don't know. He might be able to do it, but right now, she said Kenny Kuko losing a little bit of time to Bryn George right now.
Yeah, they're kind of even on pace, Kenny Kuko and Bryn George. I mean, Kuko, he's lost a little bit of time here and there, but he's pretty much stayed with Bryn George for the most part. He's about half a second back. We'll see how it shapes out in the next 5 or so laps, because I think that's really what's going to decide for his top 3 position is did Kenny Kuko save enough of his tires to maybe mount a charge here early on, because I think he can't wait long enough to get around Bryn George.
Yeah, once these tires wear off, it's going to be very extremely difficult to pass. But right now, I think Jake Wilson, he's got held up in some lap traffic with Jim Thorndike. Actually, he made a mistake. Or maybe Jim Thorndike got by him, but now the gap's down to 2.5 seconds. Brady Floyd just bringing this gap down, not slowing down a bit. Running great pace, running the same lap times, consistent lap times so far. Now he dropped off a little bit there, dropped off 0.2 from his last lap, but he's still over a second quicker. And Jacob Wilson, I just don't think Jacob Wilson managed his time gap better. Just lost too much time on those first few laps. He got off the pit road. Now Brady Floyd chasing him down. Up at 25 to go. I don't think it's going to be a question. Brady Floyd, here he goes into 3 and 4. We'll try to look around the outside. Now he's going to try to cross over to the inside, side by side off turn 4. Brady Floyd into the race lead here at Darlington.
You can just see the difference in tires there. He flew by him.
Brady Floyd takes back the race lead with 25 laps to go. A quarter of a race to go. Can Brady Floyd hold on and not see any cautions or anything like that to hold on for his back-to-back wins of the season? Basically, back-to-back wins. Again, we've seen Milwaukee. We won't count that one and this one. So Brady Floyd right now in a great position to go back to victory lane.
Yeah, right now, already pulled a 2-second gap to Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson just burned up his tires a little bit too much, lost too much time early on in that, off pit, as soon as he got off pit road. Brady Floyd out to a huge lead. Bryn George and Kenny Kuko just battling for third, but now with Kenny Kuko, he's still kind of falling off Bryn George.
Yes, closest battle on the racetrack is between Kenny Kuko and Bryn George, and it's been very similar lap times right now. Last few laps, we can see right now how close these guys have been. These guys.
Another thing to note, Jacob Wilson, he's got a big gap to Bryn George and Kenny Kuko, but can Bryn George and Kenny Kuko also catch Jacob Wilson? They are on the fresher tires, but right now, only about a second quicker now.
Yeah, Kenny Kuko and Bryn George basically running identical lap times to each other, about half a second apart. And right now, looks like these guys are kind of just gonna stay together within about 5 or so car lengths between each other. No one's really gonna pull away a lot, but can Kenny Kuko save enough tires in the next 20 laps? Maybe challenge Bryn George late in this race. And these guys are probably gonna end up battling for second place once they catch up Jacob Wilson, because at this rate they are gonna catch him.
I'm just
Yeah,
surprised
well,
that this race has gone caution free so far.
I know, as soon as you said that, oh, one car on the inside lane, that's Marty White, 69 machine. He's got to actually stop on the racetrack. Maybe? No, he's got to slow it down and bring out the pit lane. Right now,
Damage on the rest of that car. He's been in the wall definitely.
as Jim Thorndike closes the gap on Randy Schuler for his top 5 position. Jim Thorndike had that speed penalty earlier, about 10 laps ago in the last pit stop. And kind of clawing his way back up the P6, and he's going to try to get the P5 here. Top 5 position right now for Jim Thorndike would be really good for his points today.
Especially if he can get Randy Schuler only one spot back from Kenny Kuko, he can gain that, not lose as much time, not lose as much on the cut line. It's very good. He's running very good. He probably can lock himself in on points pretty soon. Maybe in a couple, maybe after next race.
Now 19 laps to go. Bryn George closing the gap now on Jacob Wilson. About 6/10 quicker than last time by. As Wilson side by side right now with Joshua King. Joshua King on frustrated tires, gonna fly by him. And other drivers behind him. Also, that's the 13 of Jaffe Beef behind him. He's also on frustrated tires compared to Jacob Wilson. He's gonna try to get around him here. And trying to pass at Darlington is, especially with rusty tires, it's going to slow down a lot when you're side by side with someone, especially on the entry to one of these corners, but especially the entry of one, which it looks like what's going to happen here. Not quite enough, though. The Jaffe Beef's going to pass here in turn 1 and 2, maybe off the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, you got to wait to make a move here. Make sure you're not making it at the wrong time. That could potentially wreck you both, so.
He's just going to let him by in turn 3, use the inside lane. Bryn George within a second now of Jacob Wilson. How hard will Jacob Wilson battle Bryn George? He didn't really battle Brady Floyd that hard. So we'll see how he does here.
As you mentioned, their lap times were only about 6/10 before he just got slowed up by Brady Draft Beef. But right now, the tires starting to even out. If he can just kind of hold off Brady Floyd, just Bryn George just a little bit more, just kind of manage this gap and really make that car as wide as possible. He could hold on to the second place position. But right now, Bryn George slowly pulling that gap down. Can he find his way around Jacob Wilson for second?
On board, Bryn George. See how much of a difference he runs. He's all the way to the back bar already of Jacob Wilson. Off of turn 2, gotta check up a little bit. Not gonna be too aggressive here. I think with 15 laps to go, he has plenty of time to make a move on these Jacob Wilson with a lot older tires than he guys has.
Get ready for he's gonna go to the inside off turn 4. Can Jacob Wilson hold on the outside? Can be side by side, but Bryn George just much better tires. Just gonna get by Jacob Wilson for a second.
Yeah, Jacob Wilson really had no chance to do much against Bryn George. But will Kenny Kuko catch up to him, though? Because Kenny Kuko has fallen off quite a bit compared to Bryn George. With 14 laps to go, he's about 1.6 seconds back as Randy Schuler gets passed by Jim Thorndike. As Thorndike way up the racetrack, here comes Schuler bound for P5.
Yeah, Schuler can't fight back here off turn 2. Just tires a little bit worse than Jim Thorndike.
Schuler's really had a quiet night so far. He's kept his car clean. Been hovering around 6th place.
He's had a pretty good night so far.
Yeah, but another battle we gotta note. Can Kenny Kuko catch Jacob Wilson? Right now, that last time by, Kenny Kuko only about 3/10 quicker, so these tires have really fallen off for both these drivers. They're starting to even out now. Just over 10 to go. 12 to go right there. So, Kenny Kuko just slowly gaining this time back. Slowly gaining this time.
Ooh, Kenny Kuko on the outside wall there. off of turn 2, really pushing it, trying to catch up to Jacob Wilson.
So right now, Brady Floyd, 11-second lead over his teammate Brent George. Right now, hoping no more no yellows, only 10 laps. And like we said, I mean, surprisingly, no cautions here tonight so far in this race, and very for a very caution-prone racetrack. See a lot of caution. You can see a lot of caution here. How tight this racetrack is, and how close everyone you can get early in the run. But gotta spread out, and just everyone's just kind of minding their own business so far, just saving their own tires, just playing the strategies.
Yeah, we talked about the one stop strategy, two stop strategy. Looks like most of the field two stopper, and I think that's gonna play off for basically everyone except Jacob Wilson, who used a one stop strategy. And here comes Kenny Kuko, closing the gap in within 2 tenths right now on Jacob Wilson.
He's going to try a crossover off turn 4. He's got a really good run. Can he take it down to the turn 1? Side by side down the front straightaway. And Jacob Wilson, will he stick it around the outside, or will he just let Kuko go? He's going to try and go around the outside, side by side. Way up the racetrack. Going to keep it careful off that inside wall. Now he's going to be able to pin Kuko down off turn 2. He's going to have to get out of it, not getting the Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson holding on to third now. Now these tires are pretty much even. And now Kenny Kuko, he's going to have to find his way by Jacob Wilson.
Who goes about 11 lap pressure tires, and he has a good run off of 4. Not gonna be able to do much into turn 1. And Wilson hold him off for 8 more laps. It's gonna be very tough for this 51 machine to do that.
He's got to find the right place on the track to pass him at, where he doesn't get filled up like this.
Oh,
I also got Justin Waddle on those fresher tires right behind him, just kind of waiting behind. Right now, side by side now, as he into turn 3. Kuko going to be at the bottom. Can he make the bottom work? It's very tough to pass on the bottom here. Wilson's going to get right around the outside, going to get that run off turn 4. Side by side, he's going to get tight on the outside. Side by side at the line. Kuko's going to get third there, but can he clear it on the 1?
Kuko using the apron.
Over the wall goes Wilson,
hard
contact!
hits. Hard hit for Wilson.
Got into the wall, Kuko on the bottom. It's very tight racing so far, very hard racing. Kuko on the bottom, get loose off turn 2. Wilson got on the wall, side by side at 3 this time by. Coming to 6 laps to go. This is the battle for third, but Wilson's going to get tight. He's going to get out of the outside wall. Kuko's going to be able to clear, but now Justin Waddle's going to hold up Wilson for Wilson.
Because Waddle has way fresher tires right now compared to these 2 drivers. He's going to hold up Kenny Kuko if he gets around him. And that could bring Wilson back into this thing.
Yeah, Wilson just overdrove the corner in 3 and 4. Just got up in the outside wall and just lost the grip. And now he's losing a bunch more time to Kenny Kuko. Just struggling with those tires now.
Kuko on the outside lane. Here comes Waddle. Now to the inside lane. Gonna clear him off of 4. He has a lot of fresher tires, like I said. About 13 lap fresher tires than Kenny Kuko. Right now, Brady Schuler not letting Jim Thorndike pull away, as he's closing the gap now back to the 59 machine, as they're within a car length of each other. Schuler right on the back bumper of the 59 machine.
This is all happening right in front of Brady Floyd.
As Schuler, he's just really running the bottom, not really running that outside lane like everyone else has been doing. Not really being able to get the speed in 1 and 2. Right now, Brady Floyd, he's trying to put these 2 guys another lap down. And now Schuler he seems a lot better in 3 and 4 than Thorndike is. But just 1 and 2, he just, I guess, doesn't feel comfortable sliding up to the outside wall and getting that arc off turn 2. He's been holding the bottom. There he goes. Now he's going to run that outside lane. He runs more of the middle of the racetrack. Try and get out of that dirty air of Jim Thorndike. Gets in the wall there off turn 2 a little bit.
Slows him down quite a bit there. He's losing a 1/10 and a half, 2 tenths down the back straight away from hitting the outside wall. Can you regroup in turn 3 and 4?
Yeah, try and regroup. This could be this for the top 5 final spot in the top 5 position. Brady Floyd right behind them. Will Brady Floyd be able to catch them and put them another lap down?
Yeah,
3 laps to go for Brady Floyd.
He could be like a little dark
Actually,
factor
2 to
in
go.
this race. Yeah, for these guys, it's still 3 to go, but Brady Floyd, it's 2 laps to go. Comes to the white flag this time by.
Thorndike almost in the wall there. I think Brady Floyd's just gonna stay behind him and let him race.
And Brady Floyd doesn't need to risk trying to pass these
Thorndike
lap
to the
cars
outside
and getting
wall.
wrecked. Right now, Brady Floyd just hoping he gets to this line off turn 4. Brady Floyd, white flag, 1 lap to go here at Darlington. He's got 2 lap cars right in front of him. Right now, Brady Floyd has been a great run all night. He had struggled with Brent George, just couldn't keep up with him earlier, but played the strategy right. Got a really good pit stop. Got out in front of Brent George by a long shot, and he's just been able to keep it sense, overcome the one-stop strategy of Jacob Wilson off turn 4. Brady Floyd's going to pick up the 2nd win of the season, and he's going to win tonight at Darlington.
He won the All-Star race last week, and now he wins at his home track in Darlington this week, as they're still battling for 5th place ahead.
They go off turn 4, off turn 2, down the back straight for the final time. Schuler just too far back from Thorndike. I don't think he can get him, unless Thorndike makes a mistake. Off turn 4, Thorndike's gonna hold it together, and he's gonna be able to pick up another top 5. Just manage that well, and he's only gonna be 2 spots back from Kuko, so he's not gonna lose too many points from that points lead. Not gonna lose too many points back from that hunt for the regular season championship.
Brady Floyd didn't make it to Las Vegas for the double points, but this makes up for it here in Darlington, as he's your race winner here tonight.
Yeah, I got his 2nd points win of the season, as you mentioned. He won the All-Star race, and he also won at Texas earlier this season. Our 2nd driver to win more than 1 race this season. Joins Latham Joyner in that category, and his teammate Brent George gonna burn it down with him, as they got a 1-2 here tonight. Great running for that team of Adrian Esports. And they're doing really well in that team championship as well.
Yeah, Brent George put up a great night tonight. Led some laps. Was 2nd to Brady Floyd for most of the race here.
As they park it on the start-finish line here in Darlington, South Carolina. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our top 3 drivers. We're back live here at Darlington. We're going to be speaking to our race winner, Brady Floyd.
It's Brady Floyd, our race winner. He won at Texas earlier this season, won last week at the All-Star race. He picks it up here at Darlington. First one, we seen you with the two. You're the first one to try that two-stop strategy. Paid it earlier, and you were able to get by Jacob Wilson on the one-stop strategy. So what was your thought process with these strategies here tonight?
I mean, it had kind of filed out off the start. I was worried with how I think that first lap went. Whether it was going to be caution, 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 and it turns out that it wasn't. So we got filed out, and I guess the only danger, I guess, with the fuel, I thought was going to be that 10-lap window where people were going to have to pit around like lap 42 is what I thought the tank was. So I decided to pit early and just split it into thirds, and it ended up working out because we stayed green. So yeah, I feel like it was a pretty normal, pretty basic strategy, but I know some people were trying to stretch it longer just in case of a yellow at some point, but it ended up working out for us.
So we also seen you struggling. We seen you get on the wall a good bit of times early in 1 and 2, and we were just wondering how the tire wear was. Just seeing like you slipping the tires a lot, and how the tire wear changed your driving style throughout the race.
Yeah, I don't know if that was as much tire wear and as much talent. Kind of was lacking at both towards the end of stage 1, especially. It definitely, you definitely wanted to drive it in, and I was really hesitant to start trying to brake for turn 1 towards the end of the stints, and I think that was why you saw me get into the wall a couple times. But luckily, there was only one time where I think I really could have put damage on it, and it ended up happening that I didn't. So, I mean, scrapes here are fine. Darlington stripes are fine. At least with this damage model, you can kind of be a little bit more aggressive with the wall than you could have been a year or two ago. So thankful for that. And yeah, as long as you're not really bouncing off the wall and having to slow down or like hitting it on exit or slowing down for exit, then your speed's usually pretty okay. So I think it was kind of just use it as little as possible, but don't be afraid to stay in the throttle when you do get into it.
All right. Well, before you send you off on your way here tonight, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, first got to thank everybody at Adria Esports. You can find us at adriaesports.com. Forkloak Media, you can find them at forkloak.net. Pierce Graphics, Week Designs for the beautiful scheme. Thank you for Brenda running with us, and Zach for keeping us company. And of course, thank you to you guys for broadcasting. I know Bryn had to run, so unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to give an interview tonight. He had to take care of something. So I guess thank you to you guys as well, and all of our sponsors on behalf of him. I know he'd like to throw a shout out to Equipment Geek Racing as well. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to the league for putting it on. It was a fun one.
All right, our race winner Brady. That was our race winner Brady Floyd. Congrats on the win today, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, since our second place finisher Brady Floyd was unable, so we'll skip to third place Kenny Kuko. So Kenny, you great. You just struggled with the internet early on in the race. Had to start from the back. So how was that? How coming from the back of the front, and how difficult was it really to pass coming from the back to the front?
I don't think it was that hard to pass, but I had some PC problems. It like kicked me out and then wouldn't load, so I went into a full panic mode. But luckily the guys waited for me, got loaded in. But as long as you timed it right, coming off either 2 or turn 4, you can get a good run. And passing was pretty easy. The car was handling pretty good. I like it more on the loose side, so this was definitely more my fit. But really solid race for starting dead last and bringing it home P3. Not too bad.
And another one there. So you strengthened your points lead over Thorndike. You got that. Got the regular season points lead from from Vegas, that double points race. So how does that feel? And well, since you haven't really, you already locked in too. So actually, have you? Sorry, I don't even think you have yet. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, so you haven't locked in yet. So that regular season points, you also get 10 playoff points if you don't lock in. So I mean, it works out for you. And what confidence is that bringing? What's your idea? Are you really going for that race win before the playoffs? Or are you just gonna try and hopefully point in here and then go for the race wins in the playoffs?
I mean, the points is definitely going to be my fallback, but I'm itching for a win. Really want to get the win. It's been a struggle. I don't know what I'm missing. Made some mistakes and had some internet issues lately, but really want to get that win just to know for sure, because anything can happen. I could miss the next 2 weeks and be out of it, or so definitely still banking on a win, and I'll use my points as plan B.
All right. Well, before you send you off on your way, any spots you like think for tonight's third place finish?
Yeah, so first off, I'll thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys always do an awesome job, and we really appreciate having you guys. Everyone at Kuko Motorsports, Drafty B for making all my paint schemes, and all the guys. We went caution free at Darlington. That's wild. It's a tough track, so just appreciate all the drivers, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, congrats on your third place finish, and we'll see you next week at the Roll.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. That was our third place finisher, Kenny Kuko, since Brent George cannot get in. So we'll bring in our fourth place finisher, Jacob Wilson, and an interesting strategy tonight. Only driver to take the one-stop strategy. So what was your idea on that? Seeing everyone else taking the two, just what really held you up there on that one-stop strategy?
Well, at first, my plan was I didn't want to pit under green just because I'm not good at getting on the pit road. So I didn't want to risk crashing going into the pit. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stretch this, at least to lap 40 or so, because I knew I could make it to lap 50, but I was just going to kind of hold out to hopefully someone would spin out or we'd get a caution there, and we just never did. And once everyone had pitted, I realized that pretty much everyone was a lap down for the most part. So I was like, well, I've just got to stretch it now and just hope for a caution. That way I could have trapped some of those people a lap down, and then I would still have the fresher tires if they decided to stay out. So that was kind of the game plan. And then, I was just hoping that, something may happen to some of those guys, or we may have a caution there late in the race, and I would still be on the lead lap and be right there in contention. But that didn't work out that way.
Yeah. So you mentioned the pit stop difficulty, and how difficult is it really to get on pit road? You gotta get from the banking, or you just kind of use the apron in 3 and 4. So, how difficult was it really to get on pit road?
I think I did an okay job, and it wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was probably going to be. But I just don't run these cars very often. I have almost no experience at green flag pit stops, so it's just kind of an experience thing there. I know you can lose and gain a lot of time getting onto pit road, and that was just kind of my fear there. But it was a decent race. I got to lead some laps, and so that was fun.
All right. So before we send you off on your way, any sponsor thing for tonight's fourth place finish?
Premier Racing Setups, 180 Flood Doctor, Unrivaled Cinematography, Rocket Graphics, and Adrenaline Performance.
All right. Well, congrats on your fourth place finish. We'll see you at the Roll, and also thanks for filling in for Brent George really for that second. So congrats on fourth, and we'll see you at the Roll next week.
Thank you, guys.
That was our fourth place finisher, Jacob Wilson. So, I mean, overall, a great race here tonight, and caution free, like pretty much back-to-back caution free races, points races at least, from Vegas to the Darlington. Also, I mean, other than the competition caution last week as well, no yellows. Actually, no, we did have one at Milwaukee last week. So, but yeah,
very clean races so far. The past few races. Next week, Roval. That's the first road course of the season, and I believe the only road course of the season actually. So, 2 races before the cutoff race at Legacy, Michigan. So basically 3 very different racetracks. You got Darlington, a road course, and then a big intermediate racetrack that we have not been to all season long at all either. So very unique tracks that we're going to these next 2 weeks, the end of the regular season. That should be a fun one next Tuesday at 8:20 Eastern time.
Yeah, well, right before we send you off, let's go down for our race results here. So, as we said earlier, Brady Floyd gets his second points race win of the season. He wins here tonight at Darlington. Brent George will round out second. Kenny Kuko third, and Jake Wilson on the one-stop strategy wasn't able to get it done with the less stops. He gets P4. Rounding out our top 5, then our first car 1 lap down. Jim Thorndike, he's been very good this season. He'll definitely hold that second place position, I believe. And the points, Randy Shaw will be 6th. And our first car 2 laps down, Giraffe to be 7th. Mid-Tyrion 8th. Joshua King 9th. Our top 10, George Rutherford Jr. 11th, Justin Waddle. And our first DNF tonight, Marty White 12th. Nathan Joyner 38 laps down in 13th. And Jake Raven 14th. Rounding out our field. All right, Darlington.
Yep, so like I mentioned, next week we go to Detroit Oval. That should be a fun first road course of the season, only road course of the season. Our next LRL broadcast, or LRM broadcast, is the LRL race next tomorrow. The finale at Lanier at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so that should be a fun race too. Then we also have the Bolt Racing League on Saturday nights, also at 9:30. So pretty busy week. Finale tomorrow, and then also the Bolt Racing League Saturday. We're back here Tuesday 8:20 like normal time. So we'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching.